I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in me, she just made a big. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. You talk about this Falcon defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
Mayfield now. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Falcons are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. The Falcons at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those... And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A first down carry for Barkley. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set them up 1st and goal.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Barkley going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Barkley, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Saquon Barkley, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play
over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Ja'Marr Chase, touchdown, Falcons. Ja'Marr Chase, 69 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
There you go. There you go.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff looking right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Up the middle with Barkley. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A handoff to Barkley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Here's Mayfield. Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Zamir White as the first half is winding down. And the Saints have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Myers connects on the PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they popped.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Again, it's Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8. They go with White on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Baker changing the play at the line. On third down, Mayfield. That is caught, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Here's White. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Zamir White with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke because, all right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This 2nd and 4. Now they'll change things around before the snap. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Steps away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up. Give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Barkley. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Herbert now. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid.
Touchdown, Falcons! Ja'Marr Chase, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Godwin, the motion man. Second down, here's Barkley again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is where coaches sometimes fall into different camps. Your guy just fumbled. It led to a touchdown. Do you stay with him or do you put him in the doghouse? This is definitely a show of confidence here as he's right back out there and carrying the ball again.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They'll go to Barkley again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. Oh, they're changing this at the line. 4th down, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing, Herbert. Throw caught by Achane. Fighting his way through contact. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Falcons are going to win the game. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Falcons, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
Play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a. She wanna all day. Hey, 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 hey. My fixation.
said I'm an animal. I'm just looking for the antidote. There's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan of you. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation. Just tell me that it's tangible. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Hey, hey, hey. Your sensation is my fixation.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a... She wanna all day. Hey, 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 hey. Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to... They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
bucks. Pound my friends in a big black truck. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa. I'm a dancer, You pay fees for my big show. In Ibiza for my leisure. Listen, I don't do arguments in my relationships. I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this, then say something. I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this. I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist. She 808. 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 Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. She 808. 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 I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back.
I steam, broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah.
I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures of it.
Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a G, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She breaks into me like an athlete. She took with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties. On the industry advice, I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries for the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a G, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She breaks into me like an athlete. She took with the G's, then she know it. Eyes on the prize just to see how far I go. Yeah. Shooting star, yeah. All over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not wet my way and go. Yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlena. Yeah. One for the money and one for the homies. I move with respect, I don't need nothing on me. The Father made way for me, bitches like Bronny. I got my little belly, my blessings, they on me. They rain, yeah, you see how I'm coming. Come on. It sound like he drumming. I reach on my goals like my nephew be dope. Back on the rims, riding on rims. Came in all black to that, I came back to my to that ripping no Cadillac. Feel like a Cadillac, nothing but class. It's never been average, never been on. Averix on me, I'm tougher than homie Javante. The fight is my mantra, I want it, I will. Get you a wheel, they carry it. We fighting a lead, my is hard. I'm back in my bag. my bag on God. Back in my duffel, don't fear no opponent. You know I'm gon' hustle like rubber band on it. Counting my blessings, I'm laughing like Jonah. You don't wish me well, I guess you don't know me. Got all these like Malcolm and Sadie. That's word to my mama, tatted on my body. My left arm, they ain't left arm, they still doing harm. Bodies on bodies, cried over Malcolm, I cried over Dolphin. I'm crying for Nipsey, been feeling like Lauren. Carried the cross, got the sun in my eyes. Groom for this, I ain't meant to be no bride. I'm married, but I know you still feel obliged. Bounce on these, I learned from Sanaa. Back in my bag and it's big as a duffel. With blessings on blessings, I came through this struggle, I'm back.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God.
Yeah, yeah. I came through the rain and I came through the thunder. I pushed through the pain, I'm laughing at summer. My head was way hotter, I feel like a solder. Escape with my truth, I came back like Nirvana. Throat is all rocky, it's nothing I real. Go back to back, baby, can't no one here see us. Stomach it all tied, look like a Leah. Went back and forth and back, just like a cornerback. Yeah, yeah, you got veins, I respect whole veins. Tell them get low, man. Just flying high, I gave them low, man. Super the color the whip. Culinary on my wrist, cooking you, I ain't forgot what you did. State of it all, eventually falls. Frequency, this is the ship, I'm home.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up. Didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No R&R's, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing to prove cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Show you little piece, wanna see some more?
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? 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 Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more? See some? See some? I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face? 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 That's how still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a piece. Wanna see some more?
Say less, 'cause you already got me, baby. Say less, talking's only slowing us down. Do you believe in love at first sight? Should I walk on by again? 'Cause I don't know if I could survive. You took all my oxygen. She said, baby, what you talking about? Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less, 'cause you already got me, baby.
step in the middle when I do a little dance to the turns they lights off. Jump, 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 in the moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
She said, baby, what you talking about? This was something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking so fast, slowing us down. Say less.
Stop the moment you walking. You let your hips do the talking. You leaving me no options. Say